Hey, I'm JJ Snyder for AfterBuzz TV. We're on Stage 18 at the Warner Brothers lot, and the cast of Undateable is getting ready for this week's premiere. The NBC series returns for a third season with one important change. Every episode will be live.
What do you think the advantages are of doing the show live?
I think personally, the best part of our shows for the past two, I guess now 3 seasons, has been the live tapings, and they're very party atmosphere, a very unique atmosphere. I think one of the rare things I found is that we'd have people who come to like every taping, which I think is a very rare thing. And some of those things didn't really translate well to the tape shows.
Yeah, sometimes something got lost in the edit. Mm-hmm. Spontaneity, the anarchic kind of atmosphere in the room, that kind of anything can happen feeling. And I think just with the live show, you can't escape it now. We're going to ram it down your face.
You guys have worked together for 2 seasons already. Does that give you confidence to feel like, oh yeah, we could do a whole season of live shows?
I mean, it's definitely better than doing it our first season,
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Let us at least learn how to do some things, some regular acting first. I mean, it's just that we know each other. We know each other's timing. We can kind of look at each other. It's like any sport, I think. The more you play with each other, the more you know what other people are going to do, and you can develop that chemistry. And now I don't even have to worry about what David's going to do. Like, I know he wants to speak right now.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Ron filled that whole answer. There's not much I can add to that. But he's right. It's just kind of the kind of, you know, each other's rhythms, and we know that if Chris or Brent are going off on a bit together, it could be a good 5 or 6 minutes before the next person speaks. So you just know to just let them tire themselves out, kind of like little kids.
Yeah, mostly we just watch Chris and Brent and we just roll our eyes waiting for like, okay, when do we get to speak?
Yeah, and then because they're so good, they do their long bits and then the audience go, ah! And then you do your bit and it's like...
Now, you know people are going to break.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And maybe you might be one of those people.
Oh, that's not likely.
Not us too.
Okay. But do you have kind of like a thought in your mind about, okay, if I break, here's what I need to do in order to bring myself back?
Not really. I feel like that kind of, whenever I've done that, either when my stand-up where I'm like, oh, if a heckler heckles me, this is how I'm going to come back. It kind of just sets myself up for failure because I'm not being honest in that moment. I'm not being present. So I feel like if I break, I'll just react to it naturally, and I'm sure I'll rely on my teammates to kind of get me back into it, to have something ready to go in case I break. I feel will probably just make it worse.
It's also a completely natural thing to laugh at your friends being idiots. So to kind of, if you start breaking and then try and cover it, that's not natural. To just go with it and laugh, and then if you embrace it and just roll with it, then that's a real reaction.
I mean, that's one of the best parts about this show from day one. They've always embraced us breaking. If we break, laugh. If it was funny to you, then you should laugh.
They've always made the edit. Like, there's so many shots of Bianca like crying, like, and that makes the show warmer. It makes it more accessible, and I think easier for people to relate to as well.
Yeah, there's just always something weird to me when you see people do what are clearly jokes and then they react in a deadpan manner as if that's not a joke. Like on our show, like we make fun of each other and then we laugh at each other, and I think that's something people can relate to.
Okay, so we know that both of you are going to hold it together and probably the least likely ones to break. Now, who is the most likely one to break?
3, 2, 1. Brent.
But also Bianca. But in that, if Bianca goes, there's no way of getting her back. She goes and she kind of starts making funny noises and her body starts jerking around.
Yeah, you can't stop her. But Brent is just wholly unprepared.
Yeah, Brent's the least professional. Brent's like really amateur about the whole thing. And I mean that when I say like it's...
Right.
Get it together, Brent.
Yeah.
Now, one of the other dangers of live TV is possibly someone might curse. Is there a consequence for that?
Yeah, probably fired.
Fired, and also $7 million in fines.
Yeah, which I mean, I'm sure they'll try to get that from me. I don't know how, but I don't want to go through all that legal mumbo jumbo of hiding my phone number when they try to get that $7 million.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try not to curse. That's it. We're gonna really try not to curse.
Okay.
Yeah.
When it comes to this show, I think you guys are really good at using social media to draw your fans in and get them to pay attention and really care about what's going on with the show. Is that really important to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a holdover from most of us doing stand-up. That's how we interact with our fans. You know, you want to have a direct line to your fans, so we just kind of use that with our show, and it's how we've stayed alive. You know, our show debuted in the summer with a 2-episode a night, and a lot of people expected us to kind of just burn off and leave. And if we didn't have our fans and we didn't have the people who supported us online, I mean, we wouldn't be here. So we always try to make sure to talk to them, and we'll be periscoping during the show and tweeting during the show, and
During the actual scenes, we'll be.
we'll be tweeting at people. It'll be. I mean, it's just our way of just being like, hey, we know we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys.
What about autocorrect when you're live tweeting?
God.
I didn't think about that. You're adding a new thing.
And I've got a relatively new phone as well, so the autocorrect is still really shambolic. Yeah, no, you're right. Would we get fined for cursing? No, we wouldn't.
No, I don't feel that on Twitter.
No.
Just on live. So so look on my tweets. I'm gonna be
Just gonna be
cursing
all
up a
F-bombs.
storm.
Yeah. just to vent.
Can I step in at the final social media?
Absolutely, go.
Are you done?
Go, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, well, while we're can I stand
Yeah,
between
come
you,
on
handsome
in.
guy? It's really just an excuse to get closer to you.
Yeah, I like it. We'll get in. We'll wrap up.
Thanks. I feel like I know you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so regarding social media, whether it be Twitter, I'm sure you're big on Instagram.
Huge.
Kitten pictures.
Yeah, you should see the picture he just posted. He looks so sexy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, Ron took the picture. I just reposted Ron's, but it's
He's so sexy.
it's kind of like a fat Freddie Mercury.
Ooh, that could be attractive.
Every
So
lady's dream.
while we're on that, how do post an attractive man picture on Instagram? Advice?
Well, I mean, just look at the picture that I just posted. So it's a pout. I had a tash as well, so it's a tash with a pout, and then
It's
an
all
eyebrow.
about angles,
What about you,
angles,
honey?
pouts. I also, sometimes it's just, lack of clothing. But, I just try to, sometimes I'm shy and coy, but sometimes I'm just like right in your face and just like, here comes sexiness.
Boom.
That's how you do it, really. That's how you really do your Instagram sexiness game.
I want you men to all just take a listen to these guys. I think that's
Take
some
some
good advice.
notes from us, from me. I'm very good at sex with ladies.
I've seen it. It's. I mean, don't be alarmed at the beginning, and then you see, oh, that's what he's doing, and then it just. And then it's really.
I would like to know what happened with Minnie Driver. Like, did you end up going back to those ladies?
Oh, that's between me and Minnie.
Are we gonna follow up on that situation?
We don't. A gentleman does not have consensual sex with Minnie Driver and tell.
You know how the old saying goes.
I'm glad you like that.
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you.
Well, catch these two and more shenanigans every Friday night, 8 p.m. on NBC. Undateable.
Yeah.